And we're live.
Oh, snap.
Indeed. Hope everybody has your fiber, mucilix, and hair curlers because, Brindlewood Bay tonight.
Coffee.
Yeah. See, I should probably turn off things that will make noises. Let me do that real quick. Right. So let's go around and figure out which people, fine individuals we have playing tonight. So we'll do plugs afterwards. But Chuck, who you playing tonight, Chuck?
I am playing one Mrs. Franny Ward, widow. Husband was, in the oil business, and he left me a sizable amount of fortune to get me through my golden years. And I have a wonderful electric golf cart named Dolores.
That's your special item?
That's my special item.
Okay, so this is our second episode. So one of the things we do in second episode is the cozy vignette. So give us a vignette of your character's something, cozy that she does. Could be part of what she does as a hobby. Could be what she does with her friends in town. Just give me a short scene as a day in the life of.
Okay, so yeah. Franny's cozy activity is party planner. So I would imagine she runs a small party planning group or something like that, talking about, whose birthday, what holidays are coming up. So, you would see Franny probably very politely giving underhanded insults to the other retirees on their decorating ability as they set up for, a 4th of July hot dog grill or, getting over COVID. You gotta have some big celebration to welcome us all back out into the world. So I know you're trying, Marjorie, but we need to hang them banners a little higher than, how low your tatas are hanging these days.
You call those doilies more starch.
Starch, I swear.
All right. So she's giving some backseat criticism to some party planning going on. So Dan, who are you playing?
Hey, everybody. I'm playing Edith Fitch. She's kind of more of a retiree person. Pretty low-key compared to the rest of the party, I think. I imagine that she's probably, coming home, shooing the army of feral cats away and make sure none of them get in the house. They don't belong inside the house, Probably coming inside, turning on the TV to some news or something like that, and probably tuning it out and sitting down with the crossword puzzle.
Okay. And let's have a cozy scene from a day in the life of Edith.
So, like I said, probably shooing those cats out, making some coffee, maybe a sandwich. Probably, maybe even doing a little knitting.
Okay. If I remember right, Franny is very much of the opinion that cats should all be outside.
That's right. That's why shooting the cats away was important. Got to clear them out around the house. Probably throwing some cat food out here and there.
Okay.
Get them away from the door.
And Jake, who are you playing today?
Well, I'm going to be playing Stacy Williams Moreno, widow of Rogelio Brown Sugar Moreno, a notorious drug dealer from Latin America. They once had a guard dog named Rudo, who unfortunately died when he was bitten by a mailman. But right now she's just living very comfortably in her very comfortable house full of alcohol and so much cocaine. So it's just kind of what she's been up to.
House is built of bricks of cocaine with siding on the outside.
They're all painted to look like bricks. All right, so let's have a cozy scene with Stacy.
I think a cozy scene would be a cozy thing would be she just put some curlers in her hair, get a nice dress get a dress that was nice about 40 years ago. Just kind of get dolled up, get ready to go out and have a little fun. Then she goes out and plays bingo and laughs with all the ladies down there, and occasionally she shoots blood from her nose from too much cocaine and scores blackout on bingo accidentally.
Kind of get the idea that your hair curlers are like wads of $100 bill rolls.
Oh, that's definitely possible.
Nice. All right, Jeff, you're next. Who are you playing tonight, Jeff?
Playing Estelle Vandelay, who is widow to Frank. She was a former hand model who met her husband, Frank Vandelay, who is a renowned lingerie designer, and so she also has a son, Georgie, who's an architect who doesn't visit his mother nearly enough. And I think her cozy scene is that so what she likes to do is she likes to collect dolls, like creepy old porcelain dolls. So she paints them and dresses them up. And so I think she'll be spending some time, taking some of the old reserves that Frank has of just lingerie everywhere, like that never quite made it or he has excess. They have like a whole storage facility that like just sits there and like they've been paying off for years. And she's just like repurposing it and dressing up all her dolls in lingerie and painting them to look like, golden age of Hollywood actors and actresses, and putting them on the walls and all throughout her house.
Nice. That works. And Jeremy.
Yeah, I'm going to be playing. I'm playing Eleanor Russell. My husband, before he died, God bless his soul, he was Michael Russell. He was a small town sheriff. My son, he doesn't really talk to me well. My activity is I like to clean, and I think my vignette is I'm sitting and having a nice conversation with our new young sheriff, and I'm just explaining to him I didn't break into those young men's house, the little Silicon Valley guys. They just had a party, and it was disgusting. So I went over to help pick up some of the trash, and the door was open, so I just went inside, and it was a health code violation in there, I swear. So that's why I was cleaning up in their house. I didn't break in. I was helping them. I should charge them for it, honestly.
Okay. Yeah. And let's have your vignette.
Oh, that's what I meant to be
Oh, that's going to be your vignette? Okay,
that is
works.
her like cozy time. That helps her feel better.
Wow. Wait a second. I thought it was Jake's character that was on like coke all the time.
She shares.
Does he? That's very nice.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
Yeah.
This is how you react, man. Chill some people down and just really amp some people up. That's just how it goes. All right. So the next thing we're going to do is the mystery recap. You guys are at a Halloween ball. Guests of Abner Vidal, a retired filmmaker famous for Gonzo B-grade pictures. Our cast of characters: Elena Visage, the young upcoming actress; Gordon Thune, a banker; Sam Turlington, a business partner. I believe a business partner of one of your characters is what we determined there.
Community theater, I think. Right?
Community theater.
Yeah.
There we go. Coco Vidal, the wife; Marcus Greaves, the manager; June Willoughby, just a local busybody. I think one of you people have beef with her, right?
She's the one that ended up bloody in the pool in the
Yeah.
She's the
apple.
bookstore.
Yeah, she
owner,
bookstore
cheats
owner.
at bingo, and I
She
don't
cheats
like
at
that.
bingo. Miss White, the maid, who found the body of Mr. Vidal drowned in the apple bobber station out behind the house. All right, so some notable areas in the house: the Tinseltown room, which is the lounge of the Vidal home, which has all kinds of photographs and paintings of some of his exceptional movie bits; the master bedroom; Abner's office, as well as the main guest area where you guys are having this Halloween party putting down. Now, you found some clues. What clues did you find?
I know we had the award trophy that
Yeah.
clubbed him.
Mm-hmm.
He was clubbed to death with a trophy.
Yep. There was the syringe and candy.
Yep,
Yeah.
the spiked candy.
And then he had water in his lungs, but I think we decided that was afterwards. The clubbing.
Yeah.
Or
It wasn't. He
It wasn't the
drowned.
cause of death.
Yeah.
That's
And we had one more character that we missed that I forgot about myself that probably would have fit into my cozy time. Our handyman. I forgot his name.
Yes, you're having a little to do with the handyman.
Yeah, I don't remember what we called him though.
Mm-hmm. You know what? I don't think I have that written down either.
For some reason, I didn't write it down either.
Yeah.
Trying to find my notes currently.
Bart the
Bart.
handyman.
Yeah,
Oh,
Bart
that's right.
Handyman.
We have a Google Doc of this.
too.
I think Florence was the bingo rival,
Mm-hmm.
and then June Willoughby was the bookstore owner who doesn't like cocoa. That's what I wrote. I could be wrong though.
Yeah, give me just a second here. I've got it. I think we made a Google Doc with all this stuff on it. I'm sure.
Oh, I
Find
took
it
my
here.
notes on my character sheet.
Oh,
That's
hey.
where I've been putting mine, just in my biography.
And no cuts on the body, waters in the lung. B-movie statue
There you
matches
go.
the bruise. And there's the tampered candy
Poison
for
candy.
clues.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All
I
right,
don't know if
and,
this is the time to do like a pre-session.
One
moves.
more, because I think you guys did unearth a void clue as well. I
Yes.
think that was Jeff's.
Yeah, that's my ability. So there was a strange, unsettling dream I had that involved basically trees bleeding, is effectively like the sort of the main thing I had. I don't know if we've come up with anything connected to it yet, but that was what I had as a Dale Cooper.
Right. All right. So the next thing we do is you guys mark 3 of the things on the list that you want to try and get this session so that you get your experience for having done them. And on the character sheets on here, there wasn't any way for me to figure out how to allow you guys to mark them. Let's see. Trying to think if it's on here. Did I just remove it? Okay, well, let's just go over them real quick then. If I can find it. Sorry for the not being organized tonight.
It's all good.
All right.
I'm not organized every night.
Okay, so this is on the character sheet, actually. Yeah, here we go. So you mark. Let's see. Oh, come on, where is it? Am I missing something? You guys know what I'm talking about? There's a section of things that if you do during the game, you get experience for, but I'm not finding them.
I
Yeah,
don't
remember you like acted like a woman half your age, taught somebody a
Yes,
lesson.
that list.
Yeah,
Yes.
you read it off to us at the end last time, but it's not on our sheets anymore.
All right.
Digging through the PDF, see if I can find it.
Yeah, stream killer. Blah. Okay. RPGs. It's on the character sheet. It should be on the character sheet. Style, cozy activity. It is not. Is it maybe a move?
didn't look at moves if you added it.
Wow. Well, this makes for great entertainment. Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe we'll just have to wrap it up at the end again.
Yeah, we'll just
Yeah.
see what arises. That'll work just fine. So
Yeah.
I can find it the next time. Right, but now a couple of your characters do have things that happen to you prior to the beginning of the new scene. So Rockford has an ability, I believe.
Yep.
Who's got the Rockford Jim Rockford move?
I have it.
All right, so you are not there for this to work, but the scene will dive into your living room where your phone is ringing. And of course, you've got an old style tape deck set up and saying that you're not home, and there's a beep, and the microphone picks up, "Pick the Pink Rose by Sunset."
I assume I won't be able to act on this since I'm not there to hear it.
Well, surely you call for your answering machines, don't you?
Okay, all right. if that works, then
Yeah,
yes.
that works for me.
Okay.
Yep. And who has the other one that has a pre? Yep.
Me.
Which one is yours?
Void clue. I get what's
Void
it called?
clue.
Yeah, I get beginning of each session, keeper will give you a void clue in the form of a strange, unsettling dream that I experience.
Okay. In this case, it's a lucid dream while you are awake, going over the evidence of the crime scene. You just kind of zone out for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
You've already seen the tree oozing blood red sap. This time, actually, you know what? Here's what it is. So you're looking at one of the many portraits that are around the Vidal's homes, and you swear that the portrait it's dressed up in this Victorian costume. It's got a cup of tea, pinky properly displayed. And as you're just kind of zoning out and you're looking at it, the picture looks at you, takes a sip of the tea, puts it down. There's a little bit of blood dribbling down the side of it, the picture's mouth.
Oh my God. Am I allowed to interact?
Sure. Yeah. We'll start now.
We'll
start with that.
I would like to reach my hand to see if the blood is actually something I could take, or if it's just like, I know that gets me into trouble a lot when I do this, but I'm going to just use my hand this time as I reach my finger out to see if the blood is like, oh my God, that's, I just want to see if it's like maybe the paint, if I can like rationalize it being the paint that's just dripping, or if it literally is something.
Perfect. Yeah. So, Estelle walks over to a painting while you guys are considering the information that you have, and Estelle puts her finger on the painting, and you're still kind of like half in this lucid dream, sort of not
So
real.
strange.
And so like there's blood on your fingertip. It's sticky, it's warm.
So tempted. I'm gonna do it. Hell with it. I'm gonna taste it. I just want like a little tip of on the tongue, just to verify that it's blood.
Tastes like chocolate, and that's when you wake up.
Oh God!
And,
Cool.
On your hand, there's smeared, like there was chocolate bars and candy bars all over the place. This being Halloween, and there's like a smear of chocolate on that fingertip that you had just finished licking.
Oh God! Am I looking around for other people? Are any of the other mavens around me?
Yeah, everyone's around. Whether or not they notice or comment on it is kind of up to them.
Have you ever had just one of those like lucid dreams where you just like you hear you daydreaming so much you just can't tell what's real and what's fiction? You ever had that before?
Idea. I've had plenty of those about Reginald returning to me. That's makes for
sure.
Gets my perspiration going.
I understand that entirely, of course, but this was different though. Normally it's about my Frankie, of course, but no, this, you see that painting over there, this was bleeding. I mean, first it was like a very polite, teacup sipper, the pinky's out and everything, but then he just started bleeding. This is the second time I've seen inanimate objects bleeding in like the past 24 hours. I think something's wrong with me. I think I should probably go get a checkup, I think.
It wouldn't hurt, my dear. Maybe you're having the visions.
I might. Oh God! What do you? And now we've got a dead body of this poor Abner over here. This blood everywhere. There's just blood on the brain. Oh my God!
This is
so much blood.
Makes you wonder maybe if there's something in the drinks going around too.
Oh my God, that's a brilliant. I would be in drugs, of course. This someone tried to. Someone put something in my drink. That's what it was. Oh, thank you. That makes me feel so much better. So much better. Oh God. I mean, it doesn't make me feel that better because someone's tapping my drinks and everything. But
so from last adventure, also the young sheriff, the young studly, handsome sheriff was also at the Halloween party, and as you've been helpful to him in the past, he has come looking to you for some education on how to properly do this investigation, because middle of the night there's no one else who's going to come out here and help. So he has left you guys on the back porch, and he's keeping all the guests inside, telling them that it's a party game party game going on currently. All right. And so the
We,
party game was
collected everyone's
everybody had to
keys.
throw their keys, into one of the pumpkins, right? So to keep them from leaving. And he'd come back out telling him, well, I got the keys, but this is only going to hold them for so long.
I'll have to come up with something entertaining.
Well,
for
yeah. One thing I wanted to ask, like on the statue that had put the bonk on the head, did the statue have blood on it? Because if it had blood on it, maybe it got on the person's hands. If it was on the person's hand, maybe it got on the keys. We could look at the keys. We could look for blood.
I think the statue was clear. Like, there was no blood on the statue.
It was in the bottom of the water tank.
And it had the impression as well. Like the impression fit.
So we could start asking guests to see who was out here bobbing for apples other than the maid.
And if I recall, the maid had commented to me about him deserving it.
That's
The maid is apparently very had a great deal of affection towards Miss Vidal, saying that Abner, though he was mistreating her, and that she deserved better than Abner.
Wasn't she passed out on the couch or something as well?
No, that was Miss Visage, the actress.
Okay.
Oh, she's just a big, that one, Visage. She, oh God, don't go near her. I don't like her at all. She's got no talent whatsoever. How old is this the maid? Is Miss White?
Miss White is in her 30s.
And how old is Coco?
Coco is in her 40s.
Oh, okay. That's perfectly reasonable age differential, I think. Otherwise, it would be very scandalous.
I agree. So we need to figure ourselves out what our next steps are. I mean, we have the keys so they can't leave, but we're no closer to finding out who did this deed.
Well, ladies, I think we need to discover whether or not Miss White has been drugged along with the rest of the party.
Is there a particular, maybe we have to figure out what was drugged? It might have been the food, it might have been the drink, And
Well,
then by
I
that, we
think
can
you
work our
guys
way
figured out
backwards.
some of the candy was drugged. That was
Okay.
one of the clues you had. Not all of it, some of it.
Well,
We can figure out who ate candy.
yes.
Who was serving the candy
Or
and to
who
whom?
brought the candy.
The candy was in little Halloween buckets that were just placed all over the house. Nobody was serving it, but it was at easy reach for anyone to get.
So I wonder
Oh,
why they
dear.
were trying to poison all of us.
Well, not all of you. Again, only some of the candy was poisoned.
Maybe only one of the buckets was poisoned. The rest of them were fine.
Maybe a specific bucket located near where someone might have been sitting.
Well, let's go take a look at that.
Okay. So again, you guys were all talking on the back porch so that nobody was, other than Miss White, who's out here, since she was the one who found the corpse. So done with your little huddle, you go back in, and the sheriff somehow has convinced them that yes, there are games being played now. The keys are taken as we're going to do something with those later. We'll let you know when we do something with your keys. But for now, so he's got like everybody blindfolded, and everybody is holding like a punch pin with like a string coming down, so it looks like a donkey's tail.
Mm-hmm.
And he looks at you guys when you come in. It's like, it's all I could think of. And they're everybody is kind of groping around trying to pin the tail on somebody's butt with a push pin.
It's, painful.
I think I'll stride up to Margot Redding, she who cheats at bingo, and I'll poke her in the butt with my knife again.
She's
She's pretty drunk. which is why she was only mildly inconvenienced the last time. So you shiv her again, and she turns around, kind of goggly-eyed, is like, oh dear, I seem to be having a. And she kind of leans over. Dear, do you have a pad that I could borrow? I seem to be having a problem. I stopped having these 20 years ago.
Oh my, this is
Suffer, witch, and I'll leave her to her pain.
oh man, that's wonderful.
She looks like she's just kind of staring at you, not quite comprehending what just happened. And she's kind of stumbling around. She'd lifted like part of her blindfold when you stabbed her. So she's now with one eye out trying to find a bathroom, and she's leaving a bloody trail behind her.
Well,
this is going to complicate our investigation.
it's
It
fine.
might not hurt to keep an eye out for the folks that look like they're not playing along. Maybe if somebody looks like they're trying to look at who else is doing what sort of thing, like which one of these is not playing like the others.
It's a good idea. Well, why don't someone will pick one of us to keep an eye on everyone, see who's not playing, and the rest of us can go around and check out these candy bowls and see which one's poisoned.
Yeah, seems good. So who's doing what?
I think we got a volunteer for watching people already.
Yeah, that's true. Plus, the Columbo works well with that.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go around. I'll pick a candy bowl. How many do we know about? How many we see?
Well, you're looking around now, and you did take one to the porch, so there were 12, including the one you took to the porch.
Okay.
Okay. So if you're checking these things out, make me a night move, because it is nighttime and you're doing things.
Okay.
Night moves come with a little bit more risk.
What does that roll off of?
Since it is something that you're trying to see or look for, do either reason. No, do reason.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, do reason. Okay. Let's see what you rolled there. 9, a partial success.
Ooh. Yeah.
Is that yours?
Jake got
Yes.
a 9.
Yeah.
Okay, Jake, what were you doing? Were you doing the same thing, looking at the candy?
Yes.
Okay. Was anyone else doing that?
Yeah, I was
I
looking
was. I got
All right.
complication.
All right. So
That's
the
the
fails
eye.
get nothing. You don't find anything in particular.
too. Okay.
Let's see who got complication.
I
Jake
did.
got a partial success, and you got a partial success as well. Or a complication.
I got complication.
Oh, okay. Right. Well, here's the partial, and when you get a partial success, Jake, what happens is I tell you what the fallout is from the partial success, and then you decide whether or not your Maven goes ahead with it or not. Okay. So think of this whole thing as a movie where the script is being rewritten as we're filming. Okay. So like I actually tell you what the downfall is, and then you choose whether or not it happens. So the downfall in this is that you are going to find a particular clue about the candy. The downside of this is as you're doing this, the lady that you just stabbed has gone over to talk to the sheriff, and she's pointing at the blood and like having him look at the stab wound, and she's pointing over to you. And she's whispering something about that lady has a knife. I'm certain of it. Okay, so you can choose to go forward with it, or you can not. It is your Maven's
I will
choice.
go forward with it.
Okay,
Nice.
so the thing that you find out about the candies is it's only a particular candy that has been drugged. You're looking at the packaging. It's the only one in any of the baskets that you're seeing has the telltale mark that someone has tampered with it. It is the Sugar Daddies.
Maybe it's a favorite
Only
candy of someone.
that candy. You're also noticing that there aren't many of them. It looks like someone has particularly gone through, scrounging through the pumpkins, and had been taking most of the packages. They must have just missed a few, because those are the ones that you're finding, and they've all been tampered with. Chuck, so you got a complication.
Yeah.
And the complication is this. You can't, you're looking through the bags as well, and you say, ooh, sugar daddies. I haven't seen these in forever. And you don't notice that the package has been tampered with. And you tear it open and you pop some into your mouth.
Oh, it's delicious. So sweet.
All right.
I also got a complication.
You also, that's the same complication.
Same
And so both of you, what you're going to write down for a complication is that you're both like really lightheaded, and you're really tired. You're just sleepy. Just sleepy.
Should we put that
However,
under
that might come
condition,
in,
or-
it might fall into a complication, then you would take a disadvantage to that roll. So you're feeling sleepy, more so than usual. All right. What was Jeff? What were you doing during this?
So I was. So is this happening simultaneously, or is this?
Yes.
Is this happening? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then, I would say. Okay. I would probably be circulating around the room, and I am going to be trying to generate false rumors about Abner, about how like there was like just telling other people how he was having conflict with his wife, or how he was having money problems with his business manager, or how this new strumpet that just showed up on the. So I'm making this stuff up to see if anyone bites on it and agrees with me on it. Just trying.
Now remember,
to,
nobody knows Abner's dead.
Yeah. I know. That's why I'm just like
So you're just seeing what sticks.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
That sounds like a meddling move to me.
Okay. Perfect.
So he's got something out against him.
Presence, I think. Is that right?
In this case, presence is perfect. Yep.
Okay. Oh dear. No.
And a complication. Wow. Okay. All right. Here's the complication. The last person you just spoke to, which is Gordon Thune, the banker, actually looks very grimly at you as you're starting to, kind of insinuate these rumors. And he looks at you very sharply and says, look, Abner may not have been the smartest businessman out there, but I'm sure that all of his books are above board. I, after all, take care of his banking as I do your account, ma'am.
Oh, Gordon, don't get so upset. I've just had too much to drink tonight. You know how it is. Sometimes with Frank not here to make sure that I'm not drinking too much, my mouth and my imagination just gets the better of me. Like, just forgive an old woman for her silliness. I'm so sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
He takes a puff of a cigar, blows the smoke in your face, and just wheels on his heel and just marches off. So the complication you're going to take is Mr. Thune is going to make some poor decisions with your retirement money as to how they're invested.
Oh goodness!
Oh, my.
Oops.
It's clearly him. He's the one who did it. He's the sugar daddy. So let's just take him out
Oh,
fast.
makes sense.
Berry flavored Jellos. I'm sure that company will do well. Let's put her down for $5,000. All right. Was anyone else doing something other than checking out the Halloween candy and spreading rumors?
Yeah,
Jeremy,
I was observing the crowd. I failed. I got a complication, but
okay. You were
Sorry.
observing the crowd. Passive observer, not really.
yeah, basically looking to see if anybody's cheating, taking their stuff off, or if somebody seems to kind of be acting nervous or watching to see, like, is there somebody watching the rest of the team check out the candy buckets?
Actually, what you notice when everyone else is blindfolded, Sam Turlington looks around, sees that everyone's still blindfolded, and he goes into the Tinseltown room where the young Miss Visage is passed out.
Yeah, I remember I had to clean up her vomit earlier.
Mm-hmm. And so as you see this, as this transpires, Stacy, the strapping young sheriff, comes over to you and says, I'm sorry, Stacy, but it's been brought to my attention that you perhaps have a switchblade or some other concealed knife on you. I'm afraid I'm going to have to confiscate that as evidence. And he pulls out a little, of course, he didn't come with like his kit or anything, or even the sheriff's car. So he has gotten like a little plastic baggie from the kitchen. It's like, if you could kindly put the knife in this baggage, please.
I would like to use the Angus MacGyver move to improvise in this situation.
Here's MacGyver move. Okay, so what does that let you do? Let's see.
All you really need to do is come up with your own pin the tail on the donkey here.
When you improvise in a situation using whatever is at hand, ask the other players and keeper to name 3 objects you find in the environment. As long as you can give a plausible explanation for how one or more of these objects will help you with an action, you can have an advantage on a single roll related to that action.
Okay. So what is it that you are finding in the environment to help you in this situation? I guess to keep your knife. Is that what the situation is?
Yes.
Okay. Well, name 3 items.
A house plant, like a fern or something like that.
We've got an easy pre-established. They're playing pin the tail on the donkey. I mean,
Yeah, so yeah, I could have one of the pins then.
Okay. So are you trying to talk your way out of it? Is that what I'm hearing?
Yeah.
Oh, no, I don't have a knife. Is that what I'm hearing? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah, I did poker with one of these just to be a little bit sassy. Yes, I admit it.
Okay. This is going to be a night move then. I think that's perfectly plausible. So what does that do? Give you a bonus to the next move? Sorry, what was the end part of that?
I have advantage on a
You have
single roll.
advantage. Okay. That means so there should be a roll with advantage button on there. Yeah.
Oop.
Did you get it?
No, I'm not seeing the.
See, under advantage at the top of the sheet, and there's a couple of dice next to it. If you click those dice, it should roll it for you.
Oh, there we go.
nice.
Okay, 8. All right. So let's see. An 8 is a success. No, a 7 to 9 is a partial. Okay. So here's what it is. You can either give him the knife, and so you take back your move, or the choice here would be he won't believe you, but won't push it either. But you're obviously going to be a suspect in the murder now, in his eyes.
That's fine.
Okay. He's like, all right, so what do you tell him? Yeah, so what dialogue do you go with when he says, "Now, I understand you have a knife. I have it on very good authority there. I examined her wound. It was done by a double-edged blade." And she says it was you. Stabbed her twice, it appears. So if you kindly hand over the blade, sure, it has nothing to do with Abner's death, but I have to be thorough.
Well, I don't know what she's talking about, but I did prick her with one of these, and I'll hand over the pin with the tail on it. Yeah.
Well, this is a rather shallow blade for that cut that's on her buttocks twice. All right, Stacy. So it's your statement that you don't have a blade on you. Is that right?
Well, no, not anymore. Of course not.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'll take your word for it. You are a fine, upstanding citizen of this community, despite a dodgy husband in the past. We'll let it go for now, Stacy. Just mind where you put those pens in the future.
I'll keep my hands free of them from now on.
Okay.
And,
Yeah, he kind of gives you this worried expression as he backs off, but he does.
As soon as he's out of sight, I'm ditching my knife in the fireplace.
Hide it in the fireplace. Okay. That's the next clue someone's going to find. Fireplace.
My dear, I found the murder weapon in a fireplace.
a blazing hot knife.
Yeah. All right. So there you go, guys. That all kind of happened together. Eleanor, you saw. Yeah. Mr. Turlington go in. He was making sure that he was in the clear, like everyone else was wearing their the bandanas over the eyes. Didn't happen to notice that you fine ladies were not involved in the game, and kind of slipped into the room, into the Tinseltown room.
I might just kind of do my best to follow after. I'm wondering, because I did clean up vomit and other mess. I'm trying to remember what kind of wrappers there might have been, because I would have had to have cleaned things up and put it in a trash can. Did I see any wrappers in the trash can when I cleaned up the vomit?
The vomit, the Tinseltown room. Yeah. Okay. So nobody has shared clues yet. So what you do find is the trash can's filled with wrappers of sugar daddies, just filled with them.
Yes. So this was maybe targeted for her.
But for now, I'm just kind of peeking my head around the corner, just taking a look.
Okay. You see Mr. Turlington kind of looking down at Miss Visage. He finishes off a drink and he kind of gets really low. It says, Miss Visage, kind of taps her on the cheeks, opens her eye. Hello. Actually checks her pulse, lifts her arm. At this point, he turns around. He sees you sitting there and says, Eleanor, my dear, are you aware if there's anyone at the party tonight who might be a man of medicine? I believe our starlet here is not doing so well. I can barely feel a pulse.
Oh God, that's horrible. You know what? I'm gonna go get the sheriff right now. You stay right here. I'll go get the sheriff.
Wait. Come here for a minute. Get a little closer. Do you smell something on her breath a little odd? And this is actually where it triggers the disadvantage that you got.
Nice.
She actually lolls over as she's being checked out, and she vomits all over you. So you're now covered in vomit.
No.
Oh dear. I believe the laundry room is upstairs. Oh, she seems to have a little bit more pinkness to her cheek now. Okay, so she's not dead. Oh, so. Whew. Oh,
okay, no, I can't. No, I can't do this. I can't do this. And I'm taking everything off immediately right now.
What was your costume again?
It was basically cracked out Cinderella because she didn't have real
So you slip down to the negligee nightshirt or whatever you're wearing beneath. It's not covered in vomit.
And one shoe.
And you probably take the one shoe off because it's got a little vomit trimming out of it as well. Yeah. So does Eleanor shriek when this happens? When she's just covered in filth? Does she make a loud noise?
God. I can't handle filth. I can't handle this. I can't handle this. No, I can't.
All right, so you guys all hear this from the main room when everyone else is still blindfolded trying to pin donkey tails on each other. You hear Eleanor just going off in the Tinseltown room.
I'll stumble my way there.
Yeah.
Eleanor is disrobed. She's down to her small clothing.
Oh my goodness.
I didn't realize it was that kind of party.
Eleanor, you and I have to have a very serious conversation about your undergarment selections. I have many things. Now's not the time. It's not the time.
Okay. Oh my God. She's clearly not doing well. Tellington said he can't feel a pulse, and then she was like he went to turn the head, and he just she just expunged. I had to clean a vomit once, and now it's on me, and I can't handle it.
Vampires don't have
I told her there's a laundry room upstairs. There's probably a robe or something she can put on. He's trying to avert his eyes.
Maybe you should go get it.
Do that. Yeah. Maybe I'll go do that.
All right.
I'd like to examine the vomit.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah.
Are there any sugar daddies?
Sugar daddies, exactly.
Yeah. I'm not going to make you guys roll for that. Yeah, there's undigested sugar daddies just all in the vomit.
Pick another sugar daddy out of my hair.
Yeah. Eleanor, do you want to drop what you found before you run off? Or, well, no, you're still in the room. So they're pointing out that there are sugar daddies in the vomit.
Man, I don't blame her for throwing up. I had one, and I'm feeling all sorts of out of sorts.
I'd be willing to bet that all the people feeling out of sorts in here are likely suspects now.
I mean, this goes clearly. I'm assuming she's like one of those binging, purging types. Because just look at this. This trash can is just filled. She clearly just gorged herself, and then just it's disgusting.
So she's like conscious now, looking, like she's wiping off the vomit with like even with this being vomit on the wrist, it just looks charming. And Turlington is just like, oh, here. gives her his handkerchief, and she's just wiping it off her face. It's like, oh, I'm sorry, is the party still going on? I seem to have taken a little nap. She stretches. It's like, oh, it's wonderful nap.
Glad you.
Does anyone have some more champagne?
Oh my
It
dear,
seems to have turned in my mouth.
I don't think you need more champagne. Maybe we'll get you some water. Probably dehydrated, something fierce.
Maybe we'll get you some candy too, dear. Do you know who's passing out candy at this party?
Oh, it's just all over the place in those charming little plastic lanterns. Those are my favorites. She points over to the wrappers of the sugar daddies.
Why am I not surprised?
Yeah, she kind of like, the the perfectly sculpted eyebrows is kind of narrow. Well, some of us still have the blush of youth in which to make our fortunes, dear. I'm afraid others may have let it pass.
Well, I mean, obviously, sometimes you must have made somebody very happy to have made sure that they set those out there. Not everybody really likes sugar daddies that much, so clearly you made an impression on someone.
Oh, no, I just fished them out when I found them. I mean, they were there for anyone to take, of course.
Watching her talk, is her dress, I mean, it's probably got sick on it, yeah, but like wet? Like maybe around the hem or on the front of it?
Give me a meddling move.
Okay.
This is trying to seek out a clue.
Will I have disadvantage on this because of my...
No, not for this. You're not doing anything active. You're just kind of looking.
Okay.
I'm going to say it mostly affects anything that you've got to do quickly or like with a great deal of precision.
Is that... What would that come across? Reason?
I'm not seeing rolls for... Oh, you haven't rolled yet.
I haven't rolled yet.
Reason, yeah.
Okay. I got a 9, partial success.
Okay. The complication going to be here is that she just notices your scrutiny. And we'll comment on it. That's really the only downside.
Okay.
So you actually, it's hard to tell because of the material that it's made out of. It's kind of shimmery, sheeny kind of look to it. So you're not sure it's wet. And so you get a little closer, like more close than you intended to because you're slightly, lightheaded. And she just kind of is just staring very oddly at you. And she's like, can I help you with something? Like you're inches from her costume. It's not wet, but there's a very strong perfumed smell coming from her garments beneath the costume.
That's okay. It's perfume, not like a cologne.
No, it's perfume.
That's I was smelling that scent you're wearing. It smells so good. I'm sorry, I've had a little much to drink. I'm a bit weebling and wobbling all over, but it smells fantastic. What are you wearing? Even underneath all this sick that you've just sprayed out over my good friend, you still.
So she has this natural, like ivory porcelain complexion that reddens a little bit. It's just, well, I'll have you know that I was meeting someone later to have a more entertaining evening than this.
Oh my. You lucky gal, you. Who's the lucky man?
This is when she's just that's a rather, could you just back off a little? You're very close to
I guess.
Still very close to her.
I don't know about you, but I've been around the block a few times and I can show you a few tricks that you can do with a bicycle.
Oh. She also looks very red after you saying that. Oh.
Defused, my friends. All right. So she wasn't the person drowning.
She has recovered enough that she gets off the couch, a little unsteadily, but she is going to go and find a restroom. Yes. She's got this awful taste in her mouth.
Okay.
Mr. Turlington just stares, and you hear him mumble something about, I hate to see her leave, but I like to watch her go.
Yes.
I'll reach for my knife to oh, wait, no, I can't.
Did we notice? Well, I know it was before I came into the room. He was acting fishy with Jeremy. Was he acting fishy after we came in and started kind of hovering over Elena?
No, he was actually just very helpful. Telling everyone where. Actually, let's take care of that now because, let's see. It was Dan. Edith went upstairs to grab the robe, right?
Yep.
Okay.
No major rush, but
yeah, it's a laundry room and it's a half bath. And there's some signs that some of the party goers have been in here.
anything out of sorts? People going through like the medicine cabinet or anything like that?
Yeah, actually, that's your character, right? The medicine cabinet it's basically got prescription pills from many different doctors for the same prescription of Valium.
Somebody's been hitting a little heavy.
Yep. Normal stuff. Otherwise, there's a really nice men's razor blade. There's a nice flossing and nail clipping set there. And I'm going to give this to you as part of what Chuck did because it didn't make sense in the scene that he was in, but you'll be able to link this is that there is a garter belt kind of just down beside the toilet, and it has a very strong kind of florally lilac-y scent to it.
Okay. I mean, I guess I'll pick it up in case we can find somebody who's missing it later.
Okay. Yep. Now you can, if you wanted to search for a clue otherwise in here, I would just kind of linking Chuck's clue, something that made a little bit more sense there. So if you want to poke around some more, you can. That's a meddling move.
Okay.
Gave you the Valium for free.
Yeah. I mean, it won't hurt to, do a little digging around here and see if there's any other clear signs of activity. What would I be rolling for this one?
This would be a reason, like trying to figure out what doesn't fit that's in here.
Okay. I'll look at that.
Ooh. Oh, that is a clue. Okay, you do find something. Let's see. Ooh, next to that piece of negligee that you found, kind of crumpled up on really nice paper. It's actually near like the toilet cleaner. It just fell behind it. So you reach down and look at it. It's a very steamy love letter. It's not signed.
Does it say who it's to?
No.
Okay.
Yep. The handwriting though is incredibly like very flowery. It's like someone who knows a little bit of calligraphy. Maybe it's really nice penmanship.
Okay. All right. So what we need to do is get everybody to put their names down on some paper for a drawing. All right.
Bad idea.
So I'll grab up the note and I'll maybe grab a couple robes. Since,
Okay. Yeah.
couple
They're the
people-
nice big fluffy ones that you love to steal from hotels.
Yeah.
You know you do.
Nice.
Maybe I'll grab a couple extras, a couple for the people who vomit on them, maybe one or two for myself. That'll probably be it for me.
All right. So yeah, you come back downstairs with the fluffy bathrobes. Jeremy, Eleanor is still sitting there in her undergarments.
Yeah, I'll definitely get her that to cover.
Yep. And unless you have any questions for Mr. Turlington, he's going to go back to the party.
I'm fine letting him go. I think we all need to reconvene here in private and exchange information for a minute.
put on this night. Oh my God, this is so nice. What it's so cozy and warm. Oh my gosh. No.
Smells wonderful. Smells wonderful.
Oh my
Smells
God,
like clouds and taffy.
It looks like clouds, my dear. It looks very plush.
The lingerie, however, smells like Miss
taffy.
Visage.
Oh, okay.
it smells like Miss Visage. Yeah.
So this is the same thing I smelled on her.
I wonder why she'd be getting rid of this already.
Well, maybe
She's already had her spicy evening.
they had a rendezvous, maybe.
I think she didn't get rid of it. I think somebody got rid of it for her.
How do you figure?
Oh,
Well, here's what I think. We know that Coco was drugged. We know that Abner was killed. We know that someone tried to dispose of the drugs, which would be, in essence, erasing evidence. And we know that there was some Valium in the bathroom. We know there was a garter belt in the bathroom. We need somebody, in other words, who has access to all of the house and whose job it is to clean up after themselves. I think the maid was the one responsible, and she drugged Ms. Visage so that she doesn't have an alibi for where she was at the time of the murder.
The sheriff is just like standing behind you with nobody noticing, and he says, "It's never the butler or maid."
Well, I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I now think that maybe Mr. Vidal was an unfortunate accident. Maybe someone who got a little wise or a jealous lover, maybe.
So before you go further, Chuck, so are you guys trying to solve it now, or are you just going over the clues you have?
I think we're just going over, we're just spitballing, going over clues. So pretty much we know sugar daddies were poisoned. Initially, I thought that someone was trying to remove them to remove evidence, but if we found all these wrappers and Elena admitted to going through all the candy bowls and picking them out.
And if she hadn't vomited them up, she might have actually, like Tellington was saying, she didn't have much of a pulse. So, like, who is there? Somebody who would know, that's maybe familiar with that kind of medication, that would know like what the effects would be of eating too much of it?
I mean, is the Valium what was in the candy?
I don't think we know.
Yeah, we don't know. I guess.
Yeah, you don't know.
Well, there's only one way to find out, isn't there? I'm going to head upstairs. I'm going to go get some Valium.
Honestly, I don't know if it would even work on you.
Oh, man.
I was going to say, if we won, I could have brought some with me.
Yeah.
Well, in that case, I'll just pop one. Give me 15 minutes, and then give me a sugar daddy.
I've already taken...
And a candy, too.
Oh, my gosh. My Lord. So, I guess questions I would like to get answered is, who was Visage meeting up?
Well,
And then,
I think we can solve that with this letter.
well, I mean, looking at it, look at how fancy and curly this is. It would not surprise me if this was Visage herself. Looking over the letter, do I see any indication of, like, pronouns, like...
Yeah, see, that's the thing. It could be written by a woman or a man.
Okay, so it's
very indistinct.
Okay.
Beautiful handwriting, but it's very indistinct.
Yeah, we could have some sort of a drawing, see if we can catch some people's handwriting.
Well, I think that would be a fantastic job for our sheriff here. Continue the party games, my friend. Get everyone to... Is there a guest book?
Oh, we could look at a guest book if there is one. I don't remember doing one when we showed up, though.
No, there's
Okay.
not. He's like, hey, but I did see a notebook around. I mean, we could say that they forgot to have people sign the guest book. I mean,
Well, you could even
unless
just
you
say
can
that
think of
there's
something more convincing.
there's a raffle for a prize.
Raffle for a prize. Okay. So
I mean, people are more likely to sign for something that they're going to win.
okay. So what's the prize?
Well, maybe like you have to. That's a good question. I was going to say like part of what they should have to write the name and then some fun little thing, but we make the fun little thing something that would help like we're looking to match the writing, so we try to have whatever the fun thing is be something that would give an indicator of a couple of key letters or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
But
Something that they maybe want to do for the party, and whoever has the best idea, we do.
Yeah. So what are you going with? What do you want the sheriff to get collected? Name and
Definitely name. And then
if you want to try and match handwriting, like you can just pick a phrase or something from the love letter as something you want them to write, something innocuous.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was going with. It's just that way you see you at least have some key words that you can easily look at.
Sure. Give me the phrase or give me the word you want them to print out or write out.
Usually, what are some letters that are usually pretty, like a lot of your letters that have like tails on them, like Q's,
Y's, Z's,
P's, T's,
J's.
Come quickly, my love, or
there we go.
Or maybe not that necessarily.
That would be a real dead giveaway. What if we pass it around? We'll have the sheriff have everyone write their thing on a phrase. We could say it's a game to try and match whose favorite candy is what. So you have everyone write their name, have them write what their favorite candy is and why. And then we can say the sheriff's going to get up and read them out. The game is going to be to try and guess.
Make partners or something.
Whose candy is whose. And see who all gets it right, maybe.
Okay.
My favorite party candy of the night is...
So when you break and the sheriff goes to do this, you notice now people have their blindfolds off and people have some of them have donkey tails pinned to it like a shirt sleeve, which is not really harming anyone because they're wearing costumes. Let's see, who is it going to be? It's going to be June, actually. Still bleeding. Someone has put one right on her forehead, just tacked a tail to her forehead, so she's bleeding even more. She's actually sitting down looking a little pale now from blood loss tonight.
I'll have to save a game of Truth or Dare for later.
So the sheriff goes around and asks everyone to write down your name and your favorite candy and why it's your favorite candy. And you notice people are getting a little listless. They've been drinking. It is well past midnight now. And some people are murmuring about, hey, where's Abner? And the sheriff is like, he's preparing for the big finale. The big finale.
Costume change.
You call that out? Costume change. Right. Costume change. He doesn't sound convincing.
We're trying.
As people are writing their stuff out, I'll eat one of the sugar daddies to see if it has the same effect as the Valium.
Okay. Well, so let's say, because you did do a line of Coke earlier, the Valium itself just brings you down like to normal. And then you eat the sugar daddy. Well, I'll tell you what, make me a vitality roll. Just roll your vitality.
Yeah, alrighty. Oof.
You are feeling no pain. No pain at all. Unfortunately, it's having this counter effect with the cocaine. So while you're feeling no pain and you're just numb, you're like high as a kite and energized at the same time. So you've got this dual effect going on. So like you're just frenetic right now. You're just all over the place.
And I know it doesn't necessarily make sense, but I think maybe it wouldn't be a bad idea. It's what comes to me is like while we're gathering up everybody's little entries, like just kind of sniff people, just sniff them to see if they smell.
Sniff
like,
people. No problem, darling. I've got it. Sit down. You sit down. Drooling on myself. You sit down. I'll sniff people.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, I'm just going to go around because nobody's going to be that surprised if I'm sniffing them.
What am I smelling them for?
On the cheeks,
We're seeing if they match this scent and all.
Mm-hmm.
I got it.
Now go get him, Fido. Go get them.
All
I'll
right.
go around
so-
and just start smelling people.
Yeah, so anyone searching for this clue can go ahead and do a meddling roll as you're trying to sniff out someone else that has the same fragrance.
Excellent.
What the hell would I roll for that? Sensitivity? No, that's ESP.
No, that's ESP. So reason, because you're trying to work out the smell.
Okay.
Okay, so meddling
Oh
is
my
reason.
goodness.
Is
Okay,
anyone that wants to do this? Or?
No, hold on. Anyone who's trying to do this can go ahead and roll. But Jake, you're at disadvantage for this because you're literally walking around on all fours like a bloodhound, sniffing at everybody.
Hey, it's still
Well, at least I'm causing a distraction for the others.
All right. Just tell me when everybody is rolled and we'll just go down. So who is doing this? Jeremy,
Estelle
did
is,
Eleanor do
yeah.
this?
Yeah, Eleanor's going around
Okay.
sniffing because she's.
And
a
what was
weirdo.
your roll?
I got a partial success, and then the Columbo helps me out with meddling as well.
Okay, and what does it do for you?
So what the Columbo does is if I'm meddling in an area that has like rich people or
Mhm.
elite of society, then when I do the meddling move, I get an additional clue even on a miss.
Okay. An additional clue even on this. So you're going to pull out 2 from this, but it's a partial success though.
Mhm.
All right. So okay, so here's the extra thing you find. While you're going around mingling, trying your best not to let people notice that you're sniffing them, you find a 13th jack-o'-lantern that was hidden behind a planter. And this plastic pumpkin is filled with half-empty pill bottles. They're all to Coco Vidal, the wife, all from different doctors. They're Valium, more Valium. Okay. Now, as far as that's your extra one. Now, on your partial here, let's see. You are close to the fireplace, and this is you're leaning in just a little bit to take a quick sniff off Miss White, who is kind of just doesn't know what to do, and with what she knows what's going on, and she's trying to stay buttoned up, and she is resorting to dusting, just doing some work to keep herself occupied. And as you come by, she twirls, load full of dust goes into your face, you trip and you fall into the fireplace. Now, you cannot accept this, but that is going to be the partial.
Nice.
And then if you take it, though, you will get a clue.
Okay.
Jake's knife.
You going to take it?
Sure, of course I will.
You fall, you now fall with this beautiful, white, cozy, comforting, jacket that you have on. And it just, fireplace, charcoal everywhere, just flying all over you. But it uncovers something. Someone has hidden a Shattered Briddy Award. It is an award given to Best B-Movie Actress, found inside the fireplace. It's been broken, like someone has snapped off the top of it, has obviously stepped on it and just beat it so badly that you can't tell whose name was on it.
God. I mean, obviously, the first thing I need to do is I'm covered in filth again. I can't stand it. I can't do this. I'm just going to toss the robe.
Again,
And
the
then
naked grandma, or nearly naked grandma.
Thank goodness I
But
got
I
extras.
will use it to kind of bundle what I've found. And also that way I'm not touching it directly.
So Eleanor goes running, screaming away to a bathroom to try and get clean as she's bundled up the clue.
Maybe I
let's
can
see.
go after her and help her.
All right, Dan, did you roll as well?
I
or
haven't.
did-
I haven't yet.
Were you
I was
going
kind of-
to?
I was waiting to see what I might do yet.
Okay, so do you want to try and find a clue, or are you going to run off and help Eleanor?
I might run off and help Eleanor. I was thinking I'd look for something that has to do with the pink rose, but maybe I'll wait on that just yet.
Okay. Jake, did you roll? Were you were?
I
sticking
got a
around?
partial
That's right.
success
You
on
got
the
a
second
partial.
time around.
Right. Did I give you a clue?
No, not yet.
Maybe
Sorry.
I can.
So, yeah, the partial is, like, as I described, you're on all fours, acting like a bloodhound as you're sniffing at everybody. And a person you come across is the banker, Gordon Thume, who just rolls up a newspaper and just slaps you with it and says, "Bad dog, down, down." Repeatedly slaps you on the nose with it.
My nose. I need that. Stop hurting my nose. I need that.
Yep. What you find is that they're next to the sound system, the stereo system that was playing some spooky music. You notice that there is a cassette tape laying next to the spooky music, and it says Abner on it.
But did I smell anyone who smelled like the garter?
You didn't. No, you absolutely didn't. And now your nose isn't working too well because it's been beaten with the newspaper.
Oh,
Jeff, were you sniffing as well? You were as well?
Yeah, I was, and I got a success. Straight
You
up
got a success, a full success, huh?
Yes.
All right. Let's see. So you make the rounds, and you're pretty sure you got a good sniff of everyone. And that smell of like lavender was pretty strong. You noticed it after Fanny mentioned it to you. Like, it was very distinct. And you've hit every guest, including Coco, who's now made a presence again, feeling a little better. No one smells like that. But you do find, as you're, you kind of are accidentally bumped by Coco as she's still a little unsteady on her feet, and one of the mounted frames falls off the wall, and you're like, "Oh, sorry," and you go to hang it back, and you notice that there is a piece of paper that's stuck to the back of the portrait. You're looking around, no one's really watching, and you take a look at it, and it's a Lifetime Achievement Award, but written over it in lipstick is "Enjoy it, you worthless bastard."
Okay. Oh my. And she doesn't see me like snatch this?
Nope.
Okay. Oh, just go ahead. Okay. Put that
And
down.
Chuck, did you roll?
I haven't yet because I had an idea. There's one person that we won't be sniffing here in this party. In this
Go out to
room.
the porch?
I want to go out to the porch and I want to sniff the corpse.
Okay. I am going to say, since it's actually not a clue that I can give you on here, because he's been waterlogged for so long, you don't know for certain. You do smell something on him, but the combination of him being stuck in the water and the stuff that was in the water, you can't be 100% sure that it's the same perfume. But he does smell of perfume.
Okay. All right. After I get that, I'll head back into the party.
Oh, and also because the captain asked for it, Jake. Let's see. Marcus Greaves, the manager, is still so drunk that he's still blindfolded, and he's walking around, and he trips, he falls, and you're still on all fours playing like a dog, and he slams the tack with a donkey's tail on your ass.
Nice.
I believe I've won. Takes a look. Right in the derriere.
The real winner.
do I look like a jackass to you? I say, screaming on all fours. Pardon. Here, let me help you up. And as he reaches down to help you up, he's so drunk he just falls on top of you. Okay. Well, Fanny, you come back with the, you're not positive, but he smells of something perfumed like.
Okay.
He smells nice.
It's not exactly a manly fragrance, but it's not bad.
Yeah, I'll meet back up. Well,
Yeah.
The body of dear old Abner. It was a little too ripe for me to get a good tell on, but it did smell of a indistinct scent that may or may not be perfume. Did any of you have any luck finding someone that matched the smell inside?
No, not so much, but I did find, and I'll reach down. I'll like show it, unfurl it, and show it to Franny. Written the Lifetime Achievement Award is not something that's all that impressive, but the lipstick message. If this isn't the sign of a scorned lover, a wife, maybe Coco, perhaps. I don't know what is.
Looking at the note and then looking at Coco, do the shades match?
It's not exact, but it is a similar shade.
Maybe we should sneak upstairs and...
But to be honest, looking around the room, most of the women wearing makeup has a similar shade.
It's just that generic red.
Yeah. Including you. Probably.
Yeah. So what all else did the rest of you find? Any luck?
I think Estelle and I are.
But you're gonna have to get it off the end of me.
Well, I understood every word of that. I swear I did. Why don't you say it again for our friends here that are a bit hard of hearing?
I'm afraid I can't seem to get off your friend. Someone can help me here.
Oh my goodness. We don't have time for this, Stacy. Jeez, your love life is getting in the way. Oh God.
There's a time and a place, my dear, and this is not it.
The sheriff, look though, at least I've won. What is my prize? Tail right on the ass. Not that you're an ass, my dear. I'm sure you're a perfectly fine lady.
Well,
my nose is
What's
killing
the white
me.
powder on your nose? Part of your costume.
Yes.
Yes. I found this, and I'll pass the tape over.
Oh my.
Take home champagne. That's your prize.
Yep. So the tape is one of these like 60-minute blank tapes, and just it has Abner is written on it.
I believe
It's
we
next
need to
the mix
find
of Halloween
ourselves.
tapes that were being played.
Could we find ourselves a stereo of some kind in a more discreet location to listen to this?
I think that's a good idea.
Sheriff says, I got my Walkman. He pulls out an old 1985 Walkman
You
tape player with
are
headphones.
adorable.
It was
You
part
are
of my
just
costume.
wonderful.
It works, though. The batteries are fresh.
Big fan of that star guy in that one movie, aren't you, friend?
Yeah. Here, he pulls a tape out of it and puts it in his. Here you go.
Who's doing the honors? I'm a bit tipsy myself, so maybe someone with sharper ears.
Yeah, Stella put it on. Listen.
Okay. It's more Halloween music, but you heard like kind of some weird thing going on. Like it's overdubbed over the music.
Oh my goodness. There's another voice on here. There's music, and then there's this and I'll try to imitate the
I'm going to say
something
that
like
Stacy, back in your younger days when you were following Black Sabbath, you heard many records where
Strange things. were
well, no,
played
that they would
backwards.
have reversible messages in their albums.
Yes. So now we have to find some way to play it backwards.
Well, just put the
That
tape
will-
in the other
just
way,
hit-
dear.
You could actually
Oh,
do that
God,
on the
just
old
hit the
Walkmans.
rewind.
Yeah. So Abner's voice comes out very clear, and it's just one phrase very quickly. I know I'm going to die tonight.
Oh. Abner knew he was gonna die tonight.
Well, he was right.
Now here's the curious thing. There's Halloween music, and he recorded his voice on this backwards onto this tape. For what ungodly reason would he have done that? Theories.
Maybe a message of some sort.
Where did you find this, Stacy?
Oh, right over there by the Halloween tapes that we're playing.
There's the strains of the Monster Mash begins to play in the background for the 20th time tonight.
Well, I mean, I guess if he's knowing he was going to die and on the back of that lifetime achievement and that broken statue that you found there.
I don't think the broken statue's been resolved yet, for what it's worth.
Oh, you two went upstairs.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let's do this real quick. So, Jeremy, which bathroom would Eleanor go to? Like,
The
if
closest.
Eleanor wants to take a shower, she's going to have to go to like a master bathroom. If she just wants to get to a sink, it could be like the bathroom on this floor. Master bathrooms on the second floor.
I think at this point I've been vomited on. I'm covered in soot. I need to be clean. I need a shower.
Okay. Yeah, you go up to the master bedroom and it's got the full size bath. So it's a master bedroom, and then there's kind of like this walkthrough. We've got this beautiful bathroom with a shower and a jacuzzi bath, and then another side room. Interestingly, as you look through here, the side room is Miss White's room, so she has access to this bathroom too. And then the master bedroom, of course, here for the Vidals. So you hop in, you see that the linen closet is full of nice fluffy towels. You see some more of those gowns. So you hop in, you start taking a shower.
Yeah, I was following her up.
Okay.
So,
All right. What do you want to do?
maybe I don't know if the broken statue's been shown to me or not.
Oh no, it's probably like laid out in the robe. It's probably very easy for you to see when you come in. It's like a nice way to divert yourself from the unmentionables before you.
I do like solving puzzles, so maybe I will sit down and try and see if I can piece it back together.
You're gonna try and piece what back together? Sorry.
The broken
Broken statue. Okay. Yeah. So you sit down on the toilet while Eleanor is showering, muttering to herself, and you get it back together. And yeah, it is a Britty Award, but the plate where it say who it was given to, someone had taken a rock and just really just terrorized it. You cannot make out who it was for.
Dang, any letters or none at all?
None at all. The thing you would know that a Britty Award is given to the actress in a movie that did well.
Now, this isn't the same award that was used to clobber.
No.
Same kind. Okay, this is something else.
Yep. Different kind of award. I mean, there's all kinds of awards all through the house just on display. You think some of them are probably fake.
Okay. But the B grade stuff that was, I'm trying to just remember if I'm remembering right. Visage was in a lot of B movies, right?
Yes. Elena is an up and coming. She does a lot of vampiress films. She's of that age where she's cast a lot in that, where she can wear very little clothing and be
She's
the
a
star of the
talentless
show.
whore. We've been over this.
Right.
Now,
so,
Mr. Abner's wife, however, Coco, was also one of his original starlets too, back in the day.
okay. So someone's bitter about something, maybe. Which one though? Who won the award and who's bitter about it? It's a real question. I guess while we're maybe on our way back down, I might see if I can see if there is awards for one of them or the other one on display. You know, maybe one of them is distinctly lacking.
Oh, you want to just go around and look at the awards?
Yeah.
Okay. Sure. I mean, you're in their master bedroom.
Yeah.
So displayed prominently here are awards to both Abner and Coco. Coco for starring actress, best Scarlet, best scream in the industry. 1979, best scream in the industry. Lots of production awards for Abner, best lighting, best cinematography, best gore factor. So that's what you're seeing in the master bedroom. There are all kinds of awards to both of the couple, but you're not seeing any other awards in here.
Okay. And maybe I'll hop over to Miss White's room as well.
Okay. What you find in Miss White's room is that she has a few awards too, very discreetly put in the room, not in a center of attention. It appears that she was an actress as well, maybe in one of Abner's films. Any specific similar awards or B movie awards or? Best final girl.
That's Any of 'em.
1999.
any of them seemingly absent. Like if maybe there's a little dust spot that's cleared or something like that.
No. Her room is impeccably tidy. No dust anywhere. So it does, and there's nothing out of symmetry on that shelf either. It doesn't look like there was anything removed from here.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
since we have
Eleanor, you've
a
showered.
few women in contention here.
You don't feel the vomit on you anymore. You're pretty sure you got all the ashes off,
Are there any slippers?
but you
in
can
here?
never get the smell out.
Listen. Well, I'll get a nice comfy robe, but if there's any slippers, I'll put those on because my foot is hurting because I've been in without a shoe for a while. It'd be really nice to just be cozy.
Sure. Yeah, there are some very cozy slippers in here. Probably Coco's.
Okay, great.
All right. So let's say everybody rejoins downstairs.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that well, I'm not sure. I think I have a theory, but I'm not. It's still grasping at straws.
Yeah, I kind of have a little made up thing as well.
Well, one way or the other, it seems somewhat clear at this point that there's motive to kill him from a scorned lover of some kind, whether that be Coco, his beloved wife, or perhaps a young strumpet, some talentless loser floozy that has come waltzing into his life. But between what we've been seeing with the award, which is for Best Actress, and the lipstick on the Lifetime Achievement Award, and the message, obviously, written in the fact that sugar daddies were used as candy, which seems like a metaphorical dig, perhaps, and the Valium from Coco. I mean, it just all seems to point in that direction. So either someone is doing a particularly wonderful frame job, or it seems like Coco, or even Helena, my preference, was the murderer. Thoughts?
I think I'm leaning towards Coco. Maybe we should talk with the maid again. Because if the husband was having an affair, I'm sure the maid, they know all about a house's dirty laundry.
Not quite willing to rule the maid out
It's a
herself.
fair point. She is a strumpet herself, so.
And
What if it was the
That's-
both of them and they wanted to frame Elena?
Elena.
Then I say we just, say good job for the excellent plan and let it go through, and Elena can go rot in jail.
Let the
The
cards
rest of
fall.
life.
Did the sheriff ever come back with that book of...
Yes, we'll say he did. And nobody has particularly good handwriting. Like it's all particularly atrocious. It could be because most people are drunk,
Yeah.
but even so, nobody's got a particularly flourishy style at all.
Okay. Well, maybe it's time to be a little more aggressive and start directly questioning people.
I agree with Franny.
Do you think the people we question, we should come out and give them the big surprise of the night that someone has killed Abner, or should we be a little more secretive about it and just have the sheriff pull them aside?
Well, I mean, if we tell everybody that Abner's dead, we don't have to worry about coming up with a prize.
But
Yes.
we also out the investigation.
We do out the investigation. We still don't allow anyone to leave. Of course, I don't know if there's a whole lot we could do if they were forceful about it.
No, they may have a hard time catching someone unaware.
So if we were going to talk to someone, who would we talk to first? I'm in favor of the maid.
Now, Miss White did also at some point in time, express how Coco was being mistreated and that Abner was, going to get his. So,
Well, that points to either Miss Swipe did it, as punishment, looking out for a friend Coco, or,
might be a little too
Abner
obvious,
was seduced and led astray by Miss Visage, and Miss Swipe just had an opinion, but not necessarily guilt.
Has Miss White given any sort of indication at all that she said, gave us a little bit of information about Coco, of course. Has she conveniently pointed us in the direction of Elena or Coco? If she has done both, perhaps she's the one orchestrating and the mastermind behind it. She is the chief floozy.
She hasn't leveled a finger at anybody.
We should perhaps...
Although she's very faithful to Coco,
Mm-hmm.
but she hasn't really leveled a finger at anyone.
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, because both Coco and the maid would have access to the pills. They would have access to the candy.
And our friend here found little Miss Floozy's garter belt in one of the bathrooms where the drugs were. The drugs.
I would think setting them drugs up would be... It would take more time. So if, let's say, before the party, Visage came over and Abner and her had relations and were caught, it would take longer to put the drugs in. But the fact that they left a bowl full of pill bottles, that does kind of lead towards it was done hastily.
Plus, it also seems as though Abner thought he was going to die tonight because he recorded himself backwards.
That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So there was apparently some suspicion he had, at least leading up to tonight. So that seems to run counter to the notion that it happened haphazardly tonight.
That does. Well,
would we be able to find anything from, like, writing from Abner himself somewhere?
Perhaps he's got a journal or a safe or something where he keeps private papers, like an office.
He has an office, Abner's office. No one's been there yet.
We should
haven't,
go.
We haven't specifically checked his handwriting, or perhaps he's got some other notes taken.
Well, let's head on up
circumstances
to the office then and do some snooping. Sheriff, you keep everyone entertained down here and none the wiser.
Now, Sheriff, if that strumpet, Eleanor, tries to leave, you have my permission to shoot her in her stupid face.
But it's such a beautiful face.
Well,
can I shoot her in the leg?
No. Listen, she's got enough money. She can buy a beautiful closed casket to make up for that.
Sheriff, beauty fades. Decency and talent are what is going to win out in the end. So
yeah, but until it fades, oh, mama.
We have the internet now.
That wasn't very professional.
It wasn't, my friend. It's fine. I'll forgive you because I know where your heart lies, my tender boy.
2 inches beneath my chest bone?
Yes, that's exactly what I was going for.
He quickly looks over at your character, Jake, like, she's got a knife. Probably longer than 2 inches.
On the way
I'll just
up,
smile and wave at him with my bleeding nose and numb arms.
on the way up to the office, I'm just going to go to, he's a gloriously stupid boy, but he's such a sweetheart.
He is. His mama did it right, but his teachers did not.
It's true.
So you go up to his office, and there is a free clue here, but you have to explain it. Okay. So the free clue is Abner's very bad at business. Looking around his office, how do you know this?
Gaudy, like
a giant pile of burned money.
Use it to light the fireplace.
I was gonna say,
the
like
20s work better.
like
Plus the
gaudy
profit interest.
modern art that just completely loses its resale
Mhm.
value like immediately upon purchase.
Red squares. Who?
So last week.
Yeah.
I don't know. My thought would be we find a copy of his finance books, and it's just like how you do real bad in college, and a certain English professor goes through and just marks the shit out of your paper with red.
This guy's been in business since the 70s, right?
Yeah.
Maybe he's still relying on home video sales and rentals.
He's just never made the digital.
Why is he?
He's just
invested
never
in
made the switch.
Blockbuster?
In Blockbuster.
He shoots.
He's like a
his films in high
70%
eight.
share owner of the last Blockbuster.
He sent 50 copies of the same movie to the last Blockbuster.
There you go. The
There
very
you go.
last
There you
Blockbuster.
go. Either that.
Okay,
or,
yeah. So he has
Yeah.
not kept up with the changes in technology,
Okay.
and so he's still filming on celluloid, which has a niche. People are into that sort of thing, but it's a small niche, and nothing's digital, and
Now-
definitely not high definition.
Now, Dorlins, this is a little bit peculiar because I spoke earlier with that just absolutely awful Gordon Thune, the banker, said
Mhm.
that he works my investments, and he said that all of Abner's books were on the level. So this seems to be contradictory, I think.
Hmm. That
Either he was
is-
blowing smoke, which he very literally did to me. It was very rude. Frank would have
How
just
rude.
wrung his neck. Frank did that many times. Many
Frank was
times.
a good
he would-
man.
He would just pound all other suitors into just a bloody pulp. He's a very jealous man, but I love him. Anyhow, it just seems very strange to me.
It does. If he was this bad at business, I wonder if there's two sets of books. Maybe
Does
Coco and Thune have something going on together, and Thune was squirreling away money.
And does he somehow stand to profit from his demise?
It's got to be read out loud, Jeremy. Frank, you love two things. Choking. Goddamn. Choking and pounding other men.
Oh my gosh.
He was a good man.
He was such a sweetheart, that man.
Oh, that's
He would
wonderful.
disappear for hours.
And he had the softest hands.
So, the softest hands, just a wonderful touch.
All right. So as a part of the clue that you found of the handwriting, the nice handwriting, it is Abner's handwriting. Like if Abner can't keep a book worth a damn, he can at least make that book look pretty.
Okay.
All right. So Abner sent the love letter.
That's okay.
What was in the love letter? Like, what were the contents again?
It was so generic.
Okay.
It was very odd. Like there's no pronouns at all. Something about missing your touch, missing the times that we have to steal away, things like that. But no obvious explanation as to who it's written towards.
This is maybe I'm stretching here, but is this one of those things where there's like oddly capitalized
Like a
letters
code?
in it, or like a code of how the letters start the sentence?
Okay, so there's no particular role for you trying to make a clue. So I'm going to say no, that it's not. As far as you can tell, there's no.
Okay, all right. I
There's no
wasn't sure
code
if there
in
was any depth to it. So
Mhm.
okay.
Okay.
Mm.
So Abner wrote the letter. I think Abner wrote the letter to. Well, we are made to believe that Abner wrote the letter to Miss Visage.
We presume.
We presume.
But who knows? Maybe it was to Gordon. I honestly don't know. This changes everything.
Now you guys are free to search for a clue in this room too. Those are just the ones that you get for free. I mean,
I
you
will
can
be-
still.
I had a very peculiar experience before with a painting twice now this evening. So I'm going to be inspecting the paintings and seeing if perhaps there's one of those old-fashioned safes or something behind it that we might be able to, manipulate our way into.
Okay. So you want to search?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. Give me a metal roll.
Okay. What attribute do you want for this?
Let's do reason. Yeah, trying to see what doesn't work in this room or anything interesting, anything hidden.
That's a success, straight up.
Nice, straight up success. What you do find, no hidden safe or anything, but there is a hidden drawer in Coco's nightstand. So it's one of these stands that look, it's holding her CPAP machine, but it doesn't appear to have a drawer, but there is one. And inside is a duplicate costume to Abner's.
Oh my goodness. Ladies, what do you make of this?
It's a duplicate costume. How's the sizing of it look?
It
is made for a smaller person, but it's padded to make it look larger once you're wearing it.
Do you think Abner might have been dead longer than we thought? And someone else, Coco presumably, was dressing up in Abner's costume to make it look like Abner was still alive the whole time?
If she did that, she's one hell of an actress.
Wow.
What was his costume?
The 4 trophies in her bedroom say so.
Absolutely.
What was his costume originally?
And the best screamer, too. 1979. Let's see. Abner's. Hold on a second. I forgot. I got to look it up.
I didn't write it down for some
Yeah, I don't
reason.
have that in my notes either.
I wrote everyone else's down, but I don't have his.
A combination of Marcus Aurelius and Cyrano de Bergerac.
Would it be like
It was Cyrano wearing Roman armor.
Would there be like facial covering or?
Yes, there's a mask.
Okay. You might be onto something there. So tell me, how does this costume smell?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah, I was going to ask the same question.
It's not a particular clue, so I'm going to say that either it has no particular smell.
Okay.
Yeah, like it's definitely not these very strong lilac smell. It smells like plastic.
Most likely then Elena wasn't the one masquerading around. And this is Coco's drawer, and it was well hidden. Clearly it seems that Coco was the one who was doing it.
Do we remember when
Abner spoke, correct?
He greeted you.
So
And he greeted Elena.
Do we remember if there was
Sir
anyone
Al.
missing when we first arrived?
Coco.
Coco was.
Fingers point back at Coco. Because we saw the maid. I remember having conversations with the maid.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember that.
I spoke with that floozy, as much as I hate to admit it.
Now, can we correlate Coco or Abner disappearing to Coco arriving?
You've never seen Abner and Coco together in the same room, but you've also never seen, until he was dead, Abner and Miss White in the same room, or Abner and Miss Visage in the same room.
Just like Diana Ross and Michael Jackson.
You guys were literally the last ones to come to the party and the last ones to be greeted. So you assumed he greeted everyone else that was in the house.
The only other person who might have known the location of this hidden costume is probably Miss White. She's a maid. She cleans. She might have stumbled across it. It's possible. We're just guessing there, though. That's just speculation.
I agree. I think you're onto that there. I think I'm willing to cross off Elena from my list.
Let's not get too hasty with that.
I still think,
you're right.
listen, I've got your back on this. You don't like her, which means I don't like her either.
Oh, you're a sweetheart, Franny.
But someone was trying to get her, and I think it was dumb luck that she threw up those sugar daddies and didn't pass as well. I mean, they both had access to the drugs, to the candy.
Wild idea, but what if Abner happened to show up again tonight? One of us puts on the costume.
Oh my goodness, you're a genius.
Puts on the costume, watch for reactions. We know that the maid is going to react. We know that because she knows the truth. But the question will be, how does Coco react?
Coco and Elena. Perhaps we shock one of them with an unexpected appearance.
Or we do still need to look at Gordon. These finances are very confusing.
They are.
Just in case. It doesn't seem likely, but just
Well,
in
how
case.
is Gordon's size?
Gordon, he's short and broad, very gut heavy. He would not fit into this costume.
I mean, other gentleman would be Bart.
Yeah,
Marcus
but we had ties
and
on
Sam.
where Bart was all night.
So the other men were the banker, Thune,
Mhm.
short and rotund. So right height, wrong size. Sam Turlington, possibility. He is around that height and he is more slender. The manager, Marcus, also a short guy. He's got broad shoulders, but otherwise he's kind of small.
He wasn't wearing a costume either.
Right. He was not wearing a costume.
Marcus? you said?
Yeah. Not dressed in a costume. He's Abner's business manager.
Was he there when we arrived, though?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
He was looking surly, drinking, not really.
Mhm.
I do like the idea of Abner making another appearance. And the people who have no idea of this plot will say, hey, you're finally here. Let's get on with the shindig. And the people who know that he is permanently bobbing for apples will be quite surprised.
Which one of us is closest to Abner in size? One of us could put the costume on. It's got a mask.
I think it's gonna. Would this?
Probably Stacy. Probably Stacy. Because
Okay.
Stacy's wiry because of all the cocaine she does.
You knew that would come in handy someday.
Stacy.
Of course I did, and I'm always looking my best. I might as well look someone else's best for a change.
Well, take a few bumps so you're on your toes, and then get in this thing.
Give me a second. I got
Enough time has gone by that those that are suffering from any kind of drug
Nice
issue are fine now.
All right. Cool.
So it's late. It's like 3 a.m. going on 3 a.m.
Stacy, get in this costume.
All right, I'll get in. Yeah, and I'll dress up as Abner.
Okay.
You're so handsome.
Yeah.
Why don't you give us a couple of minutes? Let the rest of us get down and mingle with the crowd so that way we have eyes on everyone from multiple angles.
Especially the key participants.
Yes, which would be the maid and Coco. I'm not entirely sold on Elena, but someone should
Agree.
still watch. But I do think Coco and the maid are higher up on my list.
Okay. Yeah. So that's the plan. You guys are going to go and mingle. You're going to wait a little bit and let Stacy come down wearing the Abner costume.
I think so.
All right. So Stacy, you're going to make a night move. This is going to be based on your choice, presence or composure, because you're trying to affect the mannerisms of Abner. If you think you might be able to pull off his voice, you can even talk, but you're at least going to need to walk something like him.
Oh boy. Yeah, I'll go with composure for this. I won't try to talk about anything. I'll just come out and wave.
Well, at least you don't have a disadvantage for being drunk anymore,
Yeah.
high anymore. Did you have any other disadvantages down?
No.
No. Okay. Give me a roll. A
Ooh.
9. You do it or hold steady, but there is a complication or cost. Okay, here's what it's going to look like. You're going to pull it off for that brief moment when you come down and everyone thinks you're Abner, enough for everyone to get a good look at everyone around them. However, You're really not used to wearing loafers. You're going to trip and fall down the stairs and take some damage.
Oof.
So it's your choice to accept the scene
Oh,
happening or not.
I'll accept the scene happening.
Okay.
It's too good.
So take a condition, probably something like sprained ankle,
Broken hip.
broken hip.
Oh,
Yeah,
Oh,
something
no.
like that.
Yeah, broken hip.
You're too high. You'll never notice it.
Accidentally
Quick,
rupture.
give me some sugar daddies. Ah!
Falls on her knife. No,
No, it doesn't have. I was going to
She
say
hit the knife.
accidentally ruptures your cocaine bag.
We're gonna
Oh,
have to
no.
put Stacy down.
And the guy comes up and stabs you in the ass with another pin.
Okay.
Got you,
So-
dear.
So here's the thing, guys. There's nothing in the system that will allow you to kind of stage to get a true this is the killer sort of thing, because
Right, sure,
you
sure.
guys have got to string together the evidence to do it. So I think we're at the period where you guys need to theorize and come up with who you think the murderer is, and why. I think
Can
we're
we-
at that point.
Can we get a resolution of like if we saw anyone react strangely first? Or
Well, that's just it, because
That's a
that's
little
not
too
a
telling.
clue that I can give you. So,
Oh, okay.
but what you will absolutely get is
Gotcha.
Miss White will turn
Sure.
white. You know,
get her.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
the two other suspects you talked about, Coco and Elena, actually very good actresses.
Yeah.
Just
Mhm.
impassive.
So we got going through my clues. We got no cuts on
And the
yeah.
sheriff literally pisses his pants.
Oh, okay.
Jesus. He's just so.
He's we'll have to tease him for this later.
We'll get him some Depends. Wouldn't that be hilarious?
So water in the lungs. We know he drowned.
Mm-hmm.
B-movie statue bash on the head. People who have got access to these statues, Elena the maid and Coco, but they're all over the house.
Mm-hmm.
Tampered candy. People who I think would have access to it, the maid and Coco. Knowing that their sugar daddies are Elena's favorite,
I mean, it could be like a vendetta against her.
well,
you
yeah.
know,
I
An
would,
attempted overdose, that sort of thing.
Ooh,
you
it might be a good idea in the office to maybe see if there's any writer letters for Elena.
Yeah, if there's a benefit to one person or another.
Well, specifically if Elena's got something like a writer in her contract that says like a bowl of sugar daddies in my green room or my trailer.
I see what you mean. Something that would tip off that she's into sugar daddies.
Yeah. We didn't check to see if Coco had water on her.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
you
not
did.
Coco, yeah.
We
But
didn't
not
check
Coco.
that.
Elena.
Not Coco.
Yeah.
Turlington was acting fishy.
But even if Coco did, she had feigned illness, and so she could easily have changed. You didn't
Yeah.
know what she wore except for what you first saw her in.
Jeff, I think your bloody tea's pointing us towards the poison candy.
Yeah.
What you got?
Well, I was just gonna say, I feel like there isn't a piece of evidence that doesn't suggest it's Coco.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there
Yeah.
are some pieces of evidence that I think kind of it's a stretch to tie them to like Elena or Miss
Maid.
White in there. But like Coco, it's like everything points to
I
her.
A lot points to her, but possibly maybe I don't know if you can have more
Right.
than one murderer.
I don't know. That seems, yeah, I don't know. It
could
could be
collaborate.
far-fetched, but I don't know.
I think Miss White is it's certainly possible she's a accomplice. Like
So
I think it's definitely possible.
With
But
the
I think
theorized
Coco
action,
is the one.
you don't have to have all the points. You just have to have who you think is the killer,
Mhm.
and then if you're right, there's confirming scenes. If you're wrong,
I think-
there are other scenes.
I think if the maid was in on it, now that I'm thinking about it, she tried to hide the candy. She tried to hide the drug bottles. She would have tried to hide the body. That's what I think.
How did she get caught with the body? Does anyone remember?
She was the one who screamed, wasn't she?
Yeah.
So if she was trying to hide the body, why would she scream?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Well, I think the question there is like, if the body was already, it was already drowned before everything happened. Maybe somebody smashed it to make it look like that's how it died. And like, oh no, we found him. Somebody beat him in the head and he fell over, but he was actually, already drowned long before that. So maybe you're intentionally calling attention.
I agree. That's a very good point. That would definitely align with the fact that this costume that Stacy is now exhibiting beautifully in Coco's hidden drawer, which leads me to believe then if that's the case, then they were both in on it, both Coco and Mrs. White. And we've already heard from Miss White herself that she's and absolutely adores Coco. So
yeah, and maybe they intended for Helena to overdose and die, and then it's just a write-off. She killed him, then killed herself.
that is a very fair point.
Yeah.
So Coco with Miss White as an accomplice is what we're looking
Coco
for.
with Miss White as the accomplice.
Okay,
Okay, so
Between the
here
two of them, they could have held him down into the water long enough to drown him, then bash him in the head with a trophy to make it look like somebody
and I
hit
mean,
him.
he could have gotten bashed in the head to begin with, too. Soften him
sure.
up, daze him, drown him.
pick one of you to make the roll. It's
Not
not going to
Dan.
be based on any of
Not
your
Dan.
tributes.
I gotta
God,
tell
no,
you,
not Dan.
recently I've been having Dan's luck on rolls, so
Yeah,
I haven't been great either. I had 2 successes in a row. I think I've already shot my shot for the night.
I
Jake
actually
or
almost
Jeremy.
want Dan to roll it.
I've made so many rolls
All right,
tonight.
it's-
Go for it,
Jeremy, it's you.
Oh god.
All right, so
Okay.
here's what it's going to be. It's going to be 2d6 plus the number of unearthed clues you found. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Minus the complexity of the mystery, which is 6. So you're going to be rolling with a +2.
2d6
2d6
plus 2.
plus 2, and there's nothing else that can influence it.
Okay.
Oh,
my
the anticipation. Oh, wow. Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Oh my gosh.
So
Hot
you've come up with who you believe it is, Coco and Miss White as an accomplice. So Miss White obviously freaks out when she sees Abner come down the stairs. But then you expected that. Coco, there's an eyebrow raise, but that's the only thing she gives away. And then Abner comes ass over head down the stairs, bump, 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 bump. Mask is erased, so they know that it's you, Stacy. And everyone actually applauds. It's like, oh.
My hip.
So you guys are sure that it is Miss Coco and Miss White. So you have to act on what you believe. So what do you tell the sheriff, and how do you react at this point?
I will just put it out there, I guess. It's already, the secret's given away that this isn't Abner.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe
Tell everybody that Abner's dead. Is that what I'm hearing?
Or do we play off Stacy found Abner's costume? Ha 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 ha. She got into it after she got herself cleaned up from falling in the fire.
no. I'm half tempted to be in favor of, pulling the curtain back.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, like we were going into it thinking that we saw Coco raise an eyebrow. I feel like this is the reveal time.
Yeah.
For better or worse.
Okay. So you tell them that Abner's dead. And the first reaction you get is everybody applauds and says, oh, it's a murder mystery. How entertaining. What are the clues? Who am I playing?
No,
Says
my
Coco.
friends. This is why we've had you all detained here all along. This is not a part of the play. Mr. Abner is dead on the back porch. He has been murdered tonight.
By someone very close to him. By one of the people within this room.
Okay. So you go with that, and Coco drops to the floor. She's holding her throat. It seems like she's spasming.
Sheriff, oh my God, can you help out Miss Coco?
Maybe I'll see if
Okay.
I can help her out with some.
All right, you and the sheriff run to Coco. Her eyes are wide, bloodshot. You can see her fingertips are starting to turn a little blue. and her body's going rigid. The sheriff's actually trying to hold her down so she doesn't break bones. And sorry, it is Dan. You're Edith, right? So Edith, as you're trying to help, there's a push pin on her back. One of the push pins that were used for like the donkey tail. And when you pull it out, you do because you there's a little bit of blood on your finger when it comes out, and your hand's going numb.
Oh my! Someone poisoned the push pin.
And Coco just grabs the sheriff, stares at him, tries to say something, and then just bloody froth comes out of her mouth, and she dies.
Oh my!
Wasn't Coco.
It was that strumpet, Elena, wasn't it? I told you, Franny, it was the strumpet. I'm whisper yelling at her.
Well, I mean, who provided the pins?
Sheriff.
Who was standing next to her? Who we were watching carefully. Who was standing next to Coco?
Well, who was next to Miss Coco? So Miss White was next to Miss Coco. And Marcus Greaves. They were one on each side. Marcus is the one who wasn't really taking any part of the festivities at all. You weren't completely sure, but you think that Mr. Thune was like maybe 2-3 steps behind Coco, and the thing was planted in her back. But I mean, it could have also been there by somebody to either side slapping it on her back too.
When Stacy came down the stairs as Abner, did Greaves react?
Pretty much the only person that reacted was Miss White.
Could we do one of those, like, stop the three of them, empty your pockets, and we see if any of them actually have poison on them?
Okay. This sounds like you are looking for another clue. So why don't one of you go ahead and roll a metal roll?
This is all you, Jeff.
Oh, God.
You got this.
You're the one who's rolled successes so far.
Oh, geez. Why did you have to say that? Is it reason
It's more
again?
fun that way.
Is it reason again?
Make a case for composure, actually. You're trying to control the situation. Or presence,
okay.
Sorry. Reason or presence, either one.
Okay. The same
I
for
can
me.
make that check if we wanted to.
Partial success.
Partial success. Not
Okay,
bad.
so here's what the partial success is. When you this accusation has gone out, Abner's dead, Coco just dropped dead, and you want everyone to empty their pockets. Marcus Greaves slams his hands on his pocket, punches out the sheriff, and is making for the door, where Elena trips him.
Ooh.
And he falls and goes sprawling, and a bunch of paperwork comes out of that pocket that he was trying to hold.
Snatch up that paperwork.
Okay. It's a bunch of the preamble to a script, basically telling you what the script is about. And they all got rejected. Abner's signature underneath each one of them. And Marcus is the person who wrote them. Bunch of rejected scripts written by Marcus.
While the cop is punched out, maybe I'll see if I can get something to help kind of restrain Marcus and maybe go through the cop's pockets himself.
He didn't bring any of his paraphernalia, so he's not got any handcuffs or anything on him. I will say you can find zip ties. Why he's got zip ties, who knows? But he's got zip ties.
Okay. I was curious if, since he provided the game, if he could be related or not. So if I don't find anything interesting on him.
Yep. So yeah, nothing on him other than just paraphernalia for his costume and the pad that he's been taking notes on. And if you're looking through the pad, there's a couple of notes here and there, but it looks like he kept tuning out and just drawing cartoons.
This guy, I swear.
Wonderful.
Hey, this is the perfect sheriff for a town worth of
He really
busybodies.
is. Yeah, he totally is. He's perfect.
So,
all right, so you've got one more clue. You can make another theorize roll. It'll be at a +3 this time because you did get one more clue. Yeah, up to you guys.
I don't know if him being upset about his rejected scripts or not.
Well, there. Who owned Abner's company?
Abner did. Yeah. He didn't have investors. It was his own company.
Its own
Or
investors.
actually, he had investors, but he didn't have stock, so he owned the company.
And Marcus, was he large enough for the costume or not?
Marcus? Yeah, he was short. He's short and kind of weedy. He has wide shoulders, which would have been difficult, but he could have scrunched in a little. But he's about the right height and right size.
Now, was he here? I thought we said he was here when we got here, or was that something
Yeah.
else?
So if he did wear Abner's costume, he didn't greet you. If you're going with that, then Abner must have been alive at that point.
Yeah.
Abner and Coco were in cahoots.
For
That's
what,
how it
though?
had to be. Like maybe, well, they okay. So the business was failing. Great big affair. Maybe it was looking like Abner's company was going out of it soon, unless some major changes happened. So they orchestrated a hostile takeover of sorts. Abner dies. Coco inherits the company. He gets a script made, and she gets to star in a movie again.
Then why kill Coco?
Because
Because
Coco.
Coco could have ratted him out.
Well, here's another thought too. If Abner's company owned those scripts, you write them, the film company owns it. He wanted those scripts back to shop them at some other company. So if you kill Abner, he's no longer the owner, so ownership then goes to Coco. You kill Coco, no one owns it. He's free to shop his scripts. Being the manager, you'd think he would be pretty, integrated into their lives. He could have brought the sugar. No, I don't know.
Maybe. How old is Marcus?
Marcus is in his late 20s,
And how old's the maid?
30s.
Maybe
She
the
doesn't
two of
seem
them
to
are
have-
together.
She doesn't seem to have much interest in men.
Did we get
That's
anything
fair.
indicating that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
She hit on one of your characters,
Oh.
suggesting a three-way with
Dan's.
Coco.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hmm.
But the maid wouldn't have been down for killing Coco.
Yeah.
No. At least I
You
wouldn't
know who
think
it
so.
was then? It was Elena. It was Marcus and Elena.
Marcus, I'll vote
What
for
it
that.
was.
Well,
Elena, she poisoned herself to try to throw off the scent. That's what it was.
The
Clearly.
new up and comers.
Exactly. She can star in his movies. He can get the money for the movies because he's directing, he's writing, all those types of things.
And
It's
she
what it
was upset earlier because she said
wasn't.
she was getting into an argument, something about not being wanted anymore.
Exactly.
Abner wasn't giving her roles.
Yeah.
Exactly. They want to be the new Abner and Coco. These Marcus.
That's
and
right.
Elena.
That's it. They
That's
want to
what it
take over the
is.
whole
They
thing.
take the whole thing.
Okay, it sounds like you've come up with a theory. I want someone other than Jeremy roll this time. You uncovered one extra clue, so it is a +3.
just
And
going
this
it.
will be the final roll because there will be. I'll have something happen here.
Who's doing it?
You should, Dan.
Oh my god.
I believe in you.
You know
Do
what?
it,
Yeah,
Dan.
go for it.
Do it.
Let's go full chaos.
2d6 plus 3, is that what it was?
Yep.
That's a partial success. Okay.
Partial success.
All right. Let me see. What
All
you got
right.
Partial. Okay. So again, who did you accuse?
Marcus and that strumpet Elena, that whore, that floozy, that no talent whore. These are Estelle's words, not yours.
So is that what you start yelling out? You guys start making the accusation on the floor?
Of
Well,
course.
on the floor, I start saying, ah!
If it wasn't Coco, it was his other lover. It was that one right there, Elena, and this one in cahoots. They're trying to take over Abner and Coca. Adios, friends. That kind
So
of stuff.
Elena at first makes this horrified look and this very like frightened little girl appearance, and then she's like, and like just her whole demeanor changes, and she's like the ice princess, and she pulls out a little remote control, looks like a TV remote, and says, and it would have worked too. I'm afraid I'm just going to have to blow you all up now.
Oh. Okay, honey, maybe.
Come on. And she points the remote at the sheriff's been punched out. He's on the ground. He points the remote at you. Any of you busybodies take one step towards me, I'll blow us all to kingdom come. I don't care at this point.
I think it still was the lead better. Can I do that, or am I going to kill everybody? I want to like throw something at her while she's giving her speech. I just want to like throw something at her hand.
While she's mid-speech.
Right, she's mid stuff.
She's monologuing.
Yeah, she's monologuing. I'm just going to chuck something at her.
That's a vitality roll. You're summoning your
wonderful.
strength and just going to chuck it. If you've got anything that you think can help, remember the things that you can call on to help. You can put on a crown.
Let's see. I have a cell phone. That's heavy enough, right? Like,
Yes.
that's a heavy enough thing. And it's
is the
probably
cell
an
phone
older cell phone too.
Okay. Is that one of your cozy items?
Is one of my things. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then you roll with advantage.
Oh,
Nice.
Perfect. Okay.
Eat the cell phone for success.
Nice.
Oh,
success.
yeah, there it is.
Wonderful.
If
Go with the
busybodies, crack right between the eyes.
Step over top of her, grab the thing. Who are you calling a busybody, you floozy? And then I want to just like kind of stomp her in the face with
Wonderful.
All right. So around that time, you're coming on like, late 4:30, almost 5 in the morning. And finally that call was answered as you're hearing an ambulance, other police officers show up. Coroner comes to the door. He's got a sandwich in his hand. He looks and says, "Thought there was only one body."
There's two now, hon. There's two.
And that's where we'll call the scene.
Nice.
Nice.
All right. Jeff, where did you find the sheet that you were talking about?
I just got it from the rules. Let me
from
see
the
if I saw
rules,
the
okay.
page. Yeah,
All right.
let me see if I. Oh no, it was on the character. It was on the PDF of the character sheet.
You have the character sheet. Okay,
Yeah.
let me go there. Well, first of all, we ended the mystery, so everybody gets an experience for that.
All right.
And then, there it is. End of session. Did any of you get a chance to look at it and mark 2? Everybody gets the one mark. Did you resolve the mystery? Did you solve the mystery? You did solve it. Did anyone get a chance to mark any of the others? If you didn't, if you did any of the things on the list, I'll accept it.
Where's this list at?
List.
It's
End
on
of
the
session
PDF, the character
on the
sheet.
character sheet. So it's, did you secretly undermine the authority of a local official? Did you share your wisdom with a young person? Did you share a memory of a late family member?
I think I'm going to make a case for that because we learned a little bit about Frankie's indiscretions.
Did you behave like a woman half your age? I think you could probably claim
You
that,
did,
Jeff.
yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. Okay.
Did you dote on someone?
The sheriff.
Yeah, you did the sheriff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
you can take it. Did you show someone that you still got it?
Well,
I think maybe.
I think Estelle definitely showed
I
it.
think Estelle. Just like,
It's curb stomped.
I'll take all the drugs you got. Come on. I'm invulnerable.
Fantastic.
If anybody else thinks they can answer 2 of those questions, you can go ahead and mark experience. You got 3 last time, which means under the advancements on the character sheet, which I think is on the Foundry
it
one.
is.
Yep. Meaning if you've got all 5 XP marked, you can choose one of those and reset your XP back down to 0. And do check it off because that you can only advance that many times. Like there's nothing past that.
If we hit like the max of 5, but we have left over, do they just go away, or do we
Yep.
just kind of okay?
Yeah, they're done once you've maxed out all 5. Because you're near the end of your lives, guys. You can only improve so much.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
All right, so there's our Brindlewood Bay,
Fantastic.
falsely
fun.
accusing someone, causing their death. And yeah, Edith did slap the tack on her when you were making the accusation. Yeah. So there we go. So the other thing you could do if it didn't end the way it did is you could state scenes that made your case. Like you could find some clue that absolutely points to the successful thing. Something else I could have done was just say, yeah, you think they're the murderers. They go away for life.
Oh,
Yeah. In which case you didn't solve the mystery. You don't get the XP for it. And some innocent people go to jail.
should have pushed harder on Elena.
Well, she really is the murderer, so we feel okay now. So yeah,
You really wanted it to be over.
I really did. Lucy.
We got
Yeah,
it.
but so you could have strung that together if it wasn't such a climactic ending. You could say like, yeah, she took the candies to make sure that it appeared like she wasn't capable of doing it, etc.
Yeah, basically, our original circumstance was opposite what we assumed.
Yeah. I do like how they did the clues because like if you string together like any 3 or 4 of these clues, you could really point to any particular character. Like they really don't make it light up with a particular character. It has to.
Yeah.
Which is nice.
It's pretty cool actually, because like then you have to like based on the role, you have to kind of backfill like the fiction somehow, which is really neat and it's fun to kind of do that.
Yeah. The only failing that I see in it is like it doesn't give the GM any guidance as what to do when a player says, I look for this specific clue. Other than like, so like even if you made the roll, if that clue isn't on my list of clues to give you, it doesn't tell me what to do with that. And if I do go along with it, then I'm kind of edging you towards a decision that, may not be.
Yeah. Like
So
when I was
yeah, but
looking
it's
for, like,
it's
a
fun.
code
It's
in the
fun.
love letter.
Hang on to the characters. We may do this again at some
All
point.
right.
If you guys are into it.
This is awesome.
Yeah, did you like
that
it?
was
This is
very
awesome.
cool.
Man. I really like
Yeah,
this.
this was fun.
Agreed.
Give Angela Lansbury a run for her money. Yeah. I suppose Stacy will retrieve her switchblade before the cops get in.
Oh, there you go.
No, I'm getting hauled away in an ambulance.
There's that. All right, well, let's do our sign outs. Jeremy, what do you got? Who are you, Jeremy, and what do you do?
I'm, just a ne'er-do-well that you guys put up with. I would say please feel free to check out Black Blizzard on Kickstarter. It's been fully funded. First issue's done. Issues number 2 and 3 are underway. And at this point, we're just getting things ready to get put out there.
All right, Jeff, when you're not playing spinster mad at her wasted youth, what do you do?
Well, I stream games over at twitch.tv/thelollygaggers, where Fridays we normally do Delta Green, Saturdays we do Worlds Without Number, and Mondays we just started up a brand new Alien campaign. That was a fun start. And soon, in a couple weeks, we're going to be starting up Ultraviolet Grasslands. We're off for the rest of the next couple of days, though, but we'll be back next week with more stuff. But come check us out. It's fun stuff. You can see a lot of these faces here too in a lot of those games. Wait,
Jake,
is that encouraging?
And Jake, when your characters aren't snorting coke,
Well,
what are you doing?
Well, me personally, not Coke. So there you go. But
Ting.
no, I just hang out with the Defenders of Cobalt. You can catch us here at Twitch on numerous days of the week. And I'm sure Chuck will have more to say about that, about what we've got coming up, cooking in the near future.
And Chuck, head kobold and wanting to date people half his age. Well, probably more than half, honestly.
Yeah. Yeah. No, Defenders of Cobalt, you're on the channel already, so good job. This week, what is it today? Wednesday? This Thursday would normally be our Watercolors and Warriors, but we're short of players, so we're taking it off. Friday, we'll be doing basic fantasy role-playing game, 9 p.m. Central. This coming Saturday, we'd usually be doing Forbidden Lands, but a couple of people have done taken off on us, so we're calling it a
Jackasses.
day. I know, they're the worst. But yeah, coming up, in this time slot, in a handful of weeks, we're going to be kicking off a Pathfinder 2 campaign. And then coming up in a couple of weeks on Fridays, every other Friday, we'll be kicking off another Pathfinder 2 campaign. So we'll be running 2 side-by-side Pathfinder games. Yeah.
Maybe our 2 parties will mess with each other.
They're going to murder each other. Of course, now Jake and Dan are playing in both, which means when it comes to PvP, they're going to have to fight each other.
That's
Well,
right.
yeah,
It'll be great.
kind of in the PvP description.
Yeah.
He'll fail every attack. I'll fail every save. That's how it works.
There you go.
There we go.
Perfect.
I'll fail at all the things.
And I'm Bert. I got my own little stream at twitch.tv/Steam, Steal or Murder, and a podcast at Blue Magic, BLUMAGIK.com, where many years, a decade at least, of shenanigans, that word, going on. Check them out. Tuesdays, we've got first edition Dungeons and Dragons. Friday, BX Dungeons and Dragons. This Sunday, maybe Shadowrun powered by the apocalypse, or just something fun. Something fun going on.
There we go.
Yeah. Go home, everybody.
Goodbye, everyone.